Well, guys, like I told you, I was dreading this review. I really was, and damn, I wish I did not watch that movie. Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and I haven't done an epic rant in a while, and that's exactly what this video is going to be. I haven't done one in a while. I have been waiting to do one because I want to make a good worst list, and this movie that I just watched might possibly be the worst movie of the year, and probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, so if you guys remember, there was a trailer to a movie I watched called #horror, and I said, that looks like shit. I can't wait to, review it. I can't wait to watch it and rant on it because I knew it would be utter shit. It just looked terrible. It looked like it had the terrible acting. It looked like a terrible movie overall, and I checked it out, really not knowing what I was getting into because I have heard no reviews about this movie. That's not a good sign. When you want to hear a review about a movie, you know it's utter shit. I mean, when you hear a review about an indie, that's when you know it's really good. When you don't hear a review about it, that's when you know it's utter shit. And for me to say that #horror is utter shit, I would not surprise you, but not only is it utter shit, it is probably one of the most insulting, dumb, disgusting, weird, just mindfuck of a movie I've ever seen. Everything about #horror sucks. There's nothing good about this movie. It is simply the worst movie of the year. That, I would just say that to end my review. I really don't want to review this movie to you guys, but because I love you guys so much, because you guys really like my rants, because I know you guys usually love it when I do epic rants, I'm gonna go full out, talk about everything terrible about this movie. Let's get to the plot of this movie, which the plot in general, what the fuck is up with the plot to this movie? It's such a bad plot. Basically, the movie is about this group of girls. There's this girl, there's this girl, basically, our main character is Sam, this 12-year-old girl. She's going to this party that this rich girl, Sophia, and her friend Kat is throwing. They're like best friends. They're all rich except for her. They start taunting her, and before they know it, there's some sort of like killer on the loose. Something weird starts going on, and that's basically the gist of this movie. I mean, this is not really a movie that you can explain, because let me just tell you guys, nothing happens in this movie. There's stuff that happens, but really nothing of interest happens in this movie. There's so many problems with this movie. I hated the shit out of it, and let's just get to the acting. God damn, the acting is bad in this movie. Seriously. Let's get to each one of these girls. Every single one of the little girls in this movie. First of all, why are they 12? Why are the girls in this movie 12? I don't understand why. Now, supposedly this is based on a true story. Bullshit. I'm not believing that bullshit. Every single one of the girls in this movie, all the little girls, are between the ages of 12 and 11, and I have no idea why. Why are they 12-year-old girls? I don't know. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't, work, because they're not acting like 12-year-old girls in the movie. They're acting like teenagers. There's a scene where they drink beer in this movie. There's a scene where they're taunting each other. Every other word out of their mouth is a swear word. There's a scene where they're talking about how one of them had sex. I mean, these are not things that 12-year-olds do. And I would know. I was 12 once. This is something that people my age do. Those are the kind of girls. They're acting like 15-year-olds. Make them 15. That would have been fine. 12-year-old girls do not act like the 12-year-old girls in this movie. And every single one of the girls in this movie can't act for shit. They seem like they're reading right off a script. Their lines are terrible. They are either really over the top or they're really bad. Every single one of them sucks. They're all horrible characters. And also the girls in general are some of the most shallow, self-centered, just stereotypical archetypes I've ever seen. Every single one of the girls. I mean, first of all, you have our main character, Sam, who's just boring. She really is just boring. And let me also say, guys, that something all these girls represent is, remember how much I hated the first episode of Scream Queens? That is very much what all these girls are. Picture that first episode, but the entire show is like that. That's what this entire movie is like. Every single one of these girls is a stereotype. You have Sam, who's like the goody-good, who's done nothing wrong, is just trying to make herself seem popular, when she's really not. She's very plain, she's very boring, there's nothing interesting about her. You have Sophia, who's this rich girl and whatever things are going on with her. You have Kat, who's like the mean girl of the group. You have Georgie, who's the somewhat chubby, but they make it seem like she's like the fattest baddest girl ever, which she's really not. You have Ava, and then you have Francesca, who have no personality whatsoever and don't have characters, and I have no idea what's going on with them because they don't give them characters. So yeah, the entire group of girls in this movie, they're all terrible. They all suck. Not a single one of them gives a good performance, and yeah, so every single one of them. They're all unknown for a reason. You're never going to hear about them again. You're never going to see them again because they all suck and they're all terrible. Unfortunately, the other actors, the actors we know, are just as bad. Timothy Hutton, holy shit, in this movie. Oh my god, I mean, I thought The Boy Next Door was bad. I really thought The Boy Next Door was bad. This is worse than everyone in The Boy Next Door. Timothy Hutton gives one of the most over-the-top, unnecessarily over-the-top performances I've ever seen. This is him the whole movie. Cat! Cat! Where's Cat? What the fuck have you done with Cat? What have you girls done with Cat? Where is Cat? I'm hysterical! Ah! Seriously, the whole movie he's screaming. I can't think of a scene where he was not screaming his head off, and it was so funny, so unnecessarily funny, and it was so bad. Now, maybe this would work in a comedy, but this is not a comedy. They're taking this seriously, and he's so bad in this movie. His character is terrible. I hated him, and Chloë Sevigny isn't that much better. First of all, you guys know the character of Alex in American Horror Story Hotel. Same exact name here, Alex, and she's terrible here. She's stuck up, she's a child, she doesn't act like a mother, she acts like a child. She's annoying. I hate her character. Everyone in this movie was really annoying. Even Taryn Manning, who I've been liking in Orange is the New Black, it sucks here. She's so bad as Gloria. I hated everyone in this movie. There's not a single good actor in this movie. All of the acting sucks. Even Natasha Lyonne, who's on the screen for 3 minutes, represented everything I hate about Wes in Scream Queens, everything that Natasha Lyonne has. So yeah, everyone in this movie sucks. That's the first problem right away, is that the acting sucks, and that's the biggest problem. However, that's not the biggest problem in the movie. There is something that could have redeemed the acting, is the screenplay and the directing. If the screenplay, a lot of the reason the acting is so bad is, if the directing and screenplay would have been good, the movie would have been bad. But the screenplay is one of the worst screenplays I've ever heard. Honestly, the dialogue of this movie is so bad. I'm gonna give you a sample of the dialogue in this movie. There's a scene where Sam is freaking out, because the killer's coming after them and they're killing people, and Sam's like, okay, the silver tiles are silver, the tiles are blue, the floor is green, I'm in my house right now. Like, it is so unnecessarily cheesy. It is so bad. All the dialogue is terrible in the movie, and the direction of the movie, what the fuck was up with the direction in this movie? This entire movie, they're cutting to, like, random things of these girls just doing the most random things. There's so much filler in this entire movie. There's nothing in this movie that, for a while, I'm like, are we actually gonna get to something? Because there's so many filler scenes. There's a scene where the girls are playing dress up for no reason. There's a scene where the girls are dancing for no reason. There's a scene where they put on these masks and start acting all weird and shit. There's a scene where they go into the pool. I mean, every single event that happens with them during that sleepover is terrible. It is ridiculous to think about. I don't think girls actually act like that, and it was ridiculous to watch. I mean, I don't think any of those scenes did it feel like it needed to be in there. Every single one of those scenes felt like it could have been cut out. It felt like they had no script whatsoever, which they really don't. The dialogue here is so bad. It's so cheesy. I hated every minute of it, and it's terrible. Like I said, they're archetype characters. There's nothing to like about them, and it's ridiculous. And the way they act in this movie. Now, let me say, the movie, I feel like, is trying to say something, but I don't know what the fuck they're trying to say, because I can't tell. The message in this movie did not seem like it's what they were trying to say. It really did not make sense. It's very much like Men, Women, and Children, where I feel like they were trying to say something, but this is worse because the way it's constructed. The horror scenes in this movie do not go with the other stuff in this movie. This does not feel like a horror film at all. When the horror stuff comes in, it feels so out of place and so tacked on, and it just seemed like it was only in there because they needed conflict, because other than that, there's really not much conflict in this movie. There's girls at a party, and that's it. That's the entire movie besides this conflict. Other than that, that's the movie. I mean, there's other stuff going on, like Chloë Sevigny's character is having an affair, but who gives a shit about that? Honestly, who cares? I don't care if she's having an affair. I don't care about any of that. It's not interesting. They don't make it interesting. They could have made it interesting, but they don't make it interesting, and Yeah, so that really sucked. I hated it. I thought it was really dumb that they did that, and it really made no sense to me. Now, there are some scenes where they do try to do some character development, but it is the most basic of character development that you can think of. Something as simple as, oh, my mom's having an affair, and things like that. But there are so many scenes in this movie where the girls are trading insults, and it sounds like something you'd see in elementary school. These girls are supposed to be middle school going into high school. They act, if they're not acting like teenagers, they're acting like little 5-year-olds. I mean, there's literally a scene where they're taunting Sophia because her mother is having an affair with this guy, and they're like, your mom's dating Hitler, your mom's dating Hitler. I'm not kidding. They start doing that. It's so annoying. It's so unnecessary, and I hate it. There are so many scenes in this movie like that. There's a scene where they get drunk, and they're 12. Again, they're 12. Nobody has beer at 12. Nobody. I can't think of anyone that tries to drink at 12. I don't think anyone really feels like they want to do that, and the fact they're acting that way is just ridiculous. I don't know why they had to be 12 in this movie. It baffles me. Why would they be 12 years old? It doesn't make sense. If you were to make them 15 years old, it wouldn't change a thing. There is nothing in this movie that feels like it changes anything. There's nothing in this movie that proved to me that need to be 12-year-olds, and it's never really seemed like they need to be 12 because they didn't act like they were 12. They weren't acting that way, and it felt like the movie was basically just written like it was meant to be for a certain age group, and then wasn't that at all. Also, the movie clearly does not understand its target audience. It really doesn't, because the movie seems like at times something off like the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, and then it feels like something that's very, very adult, and it doesn't know what it wants to be. There's so many times where it seems like it's Disney Channel, but then they'll just start saying fuck or shit, and every swear word, let me say, is completely out of place in this movie. I don't know why the fuck it was in this movie. It did not belong in this movie. It did not need to be in this movie. I don't know why any of it was in this movie. It did not need to be in there. I don't know what the point of that was. And then, of course, the entire movie, there's a lot of bullying going on. All the insults in this movie are just ridiculous, and they're not funny. They're offensive. There are scenes in this movie that are supposed to be funny, and nothing in this movie is funny, okay? The stuff that's funny is the stuff that's not supposed to be funny, like the over-the-top acting. Every single time one of these girls spoke, this is what I did. I was like, oh my god, I care so much. Blah, blah, blah. Like, these are how all the girls talk. Yeah, oh my god, I'm so scared, oh my god, there's a killer on the loose, oh my god. That's how every single one of the girls talks in the movie, and every time they open their mouth, I would make fun of them, because they're so annoying. They have the most annoying voices, they have the most annoying personalities, and I couldn't stand any minutes of watching them. I could not wait for this movie to be over. I can't tell you guys how much I wanted this movie to be over. The cinematography is awful. I don't know what was up with the cinematography in this movie. Like I said, they'll randomly cut to like these graphics of the killer on like this text thing, randomly texting someone, or like sending Instagram pictures, and every time they send them, every time someone gets killed, like something bad happens. It's weird. I don't understand what the point of it was. It didn't make any sense. What it seemed like this movie was trying to say, and I don't think they really showed it at all. If this was their message, they really did not do a good job of contributing to it, is that we're in this society now where we're all caught up with technology. We will do anything we can to crave technology. We're lost without it, and I really feel that's what the movie's trying to say at points, but it doesn't really show that. The first half of this movie, that's what I thought they were trying to say, because there's a point in the movie where the girls put their cell phones in a safe. I don't know, guys. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would think that's a good idea. First of all, you put your phone in a safe. You're never going to see it again, because she throws the keys into the swimming pool. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna go back in the swimming pool and get the key? Like, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen there? They put their phones in a safe, and they're lost without technology. Okay, fine, that's what the central message is here. But then they get in this whole killer situation, it completely turns into a slasher. The second half of this movie, all of a sudden, it's this, like, big slasher, and it's completely out of place. It has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. I don't know why it was in here. And it's so cheesy. I mean, I've seen 80s movies that aren't as cheesy as this. It's so cheesy. They're so over the top. None of the kills are creative. They use this, like, really weird, like, hashtag blood. It's weird. It's stupid. I hated it. Anytime someone got killed, I was relieved because I hated all the characters in this movie. They were all so bad. And that score. God, that score. That horrible score sounded like something out of like a sci-fi movie. That's what this felt like at times. It felt like a rejected sci-fi movie or a rejected chiller movie. Whenever the horror stuff would come on, that's what this felt like. And it really felt out of place. It really was weird, and I don't really understand why it was in there. But the score was so bad. It's so over the top. It's so cheesy, and I hate every minute of the score. I could not wait for that score to be over because it was so bad. So bad. And there were so many scenes, like I said, that I could not wait to turn this movie off. And if this is a very scattered review, because the movie is so scattered. This is a movie where it seems like they're going somewhere and then nothing happens. It seems like something's gonna happen, nothing happens. And it really doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever why they did that. The movie is not even consistent in terms of characters. For example, we have this character of Georgie. Georgie at first is being severely bullied about her weight, which she's not even that fat, I have to say. Yes, her face is a little chubby. She might not be the skinniest person, but it's not my fault that all the other girls are, like, extremely skinny. Just because she's not extremely skinny doesn't mean that she's fat. She really was not fat. I don't think when I think of fat, I don't think of Georgie's character in this movie. She really wasn't fat at all, and we think we're supposed to feel bad for her because this girl Kat is making fun of her, basically saying just every single fat insult she could think of, everything she could think of to make this girl feel like shit, to the point where it seems like she's gonna kill herself, which I'm surprised that she didn't. And then all of a sudden, Georgie turns into a bitch out of nowhere. She just turns into a bitch. She starts insulting, she starts insulting the character of Sophia and her life. It makes no sense. They're not consistent with characters. I could not tell who they wanted us to root for, and it made no sense to me whatsoever. Especially the ending of this movie. I will tell you guys how this movie ends. I'm gonna tell you because it is one of the stupidest endings I have ever seen in my life. Honestly, guys, I've seen stupid reveals for horror films. I really have. Nothing compares to this. This, honestly, is probably the stupidest twist I've seen in any horror film there is. Okay, so Kat's kicked out of the part. This is not even spoilers because nothing happens in this movie, okay? I don't think you guys give a shit about this movie. I don't want you guys to suffer through this movie. Most times, like, okay, go check out this movie. Don't watch this movie. Honestly, don't watch it. Don't have anything to do. I don't ever want to see these actors again. I don't ever want to see the directing again. I don't want to ever see the cinematography again. The editing also, this movie is so weird. It's so choppy and all over the place and was so confusing. There were so many points where I felt like I missed something. The sound mixing is so bad too. There were so many times where the music is so loud I could not hear what the fuck they were saying in the dialogue because they're talking so quietly. Like the music would be like ba-da-dum, and they'll be like, so what do you do? Like it'd be like so quiet, and it didn't work, and I hated it, and it was so annoying. And now let's get to the ending because I have a lot to say about this horrific ending. The ending to this movie is so bad, and when it ended, I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? So Kat, of course, we know, disappeared, and I thought they were going to reveal that her dad was the killer. He was acting like the killer. He was acting like something out of The Shining. He really was. He was acting like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Like, where's my daughter? Oh my god! Oh my god! Kat, where are you, Kat? And the best line, he has like the best line in the movie. Kitty cat, come on! Kitty cat, where are you? It's like the best line in the movie when he says that. So, of course, basically, Sophia finds the dead body in the beginning of the film, which served no purpose whatsoever. I don't know what the point of that was. Finding out that this is her dead father, and she thinks that, Kat's father is responsible for this. But no, Kat is alive, and she's the killer! I don't understand how this makes any sense, and hold the phone for a second here, guys. Hold the phone, because I thought that we were supposed to hate Kat. I thought that we were supposed to despise Kat. I thought that Kat was supposed to be the bitch of this film. That's what I thought was supposed to happen here. I thought that she, even though Georgie turned out to be a bitch, she was insulting Georgie. She was being very rude to her, and I thought this movie was about revenge. They even said the movie's about getting revenge. What is Kat getting revenge on? The fact that she got kicked out because she was a bitch? That's why she's upset. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish here. It didn't tell me anything new, and I hated every single minute of this twist. And then the ending. The fact that she just fucking killed herself. The fact that they actually showed that at the end, that's not satisfying. And then the fact that Sophia just flat out murdered, she just flat out murdered Dr. White, and then Sam's like, it's Cat, it's Cat, it's Cat, it's Cat, it's Cat, and she's freaking out about it. It's like the funniest shit ever. And then the way the movie ended with the montage of photos, seeing the news, and then seeing that video of Cat, and the final line just proves how shallow all these girls are. She's like, and I'm gonna have the best avatars, and I'm gonna be the best, and I'm gonna be remembered forever. And that's literally how the movie ends. I'm not kidding. It ends with her on a video before she killed these people, and there's no motive whatsoever. There's no reason why she did this. I don't know why she did this. There's no reason why she did this. Why would she kill Sophia's father? I don't know what the point of that was. I mean, obviously she wanted to get revenge on the girls, but why Sophia's father? That doesn't make sense to me. It baffles me why she would do that, and I don't understand it. But overall, guys, #horror is an awful, awful movie. I didn't think it could get worse than The Boy Next Door. I really didn't, guys. I thought that was going to be the worst movie of the year. No, this is the worst movie of the year, and it gets a 0.5 out of 5, or an F. I hated every minute of this movie. Could not wait for this movie to be over, and I never want to see it again. Alright, guys, that's my epic rant on #horror. I think I got out everything I needed to in this movie. This movie was truly awful. I hated every minute of it. I thought it was just an awful, awful movie. It's so much bad dialogue. Do not check out this movie. If you know what's good for you, do not watch this movie. I know I've said this to you guys many times, though. Check out this movie if you want to. But there is no target audience for this movie. I cannot see how someone can enjoy this movie. I cannot fathom that. If you do enjoy this movie, how? What did you find in this movie? Maybe you found something I didn't, but how? What did you find in this movie? Why do you like this movie? I don't understand. This is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I absolutely hate it. And don't check it out whatsoever because it is absolute garbage. But that's just my review of #horror. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of this movie. Again, don't check it out if you guys have seen it though, let me know what you thought. If you probably hate it, we can rant on it together. And we'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for tonight's episode of Doctor Who, which I cannot wait for because it will be completely Doctor-centric, which is going to be awesome, and I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye. And don't ever watch this movie. Just don't.